Hello everyone and welcome back to APN Velocity right here. Another episode on our WWE 2K20 Universe mode, and we are a week away from our first pay-per-view. Well, what a night of action we have here. And we are going to simulate all these matches, and our matchup that we will be actually participating in, our main matchup of the episode, will be actually over on our tournament page for the APN World Championship. It's not the championship matchup, but it is the semi-finals. We have one more person that will go on to face Adam Cole for the vacant APN World Championship. And that matchup is in the main event of this episode. So, without further ado, Bo Dallas taking on Buddy Murphy at the top of the show here tonight. Let's simulate this one and see who picks up the win in this match. It looks like Buddy Murphy picks up a big win over Bo Dallas here to kick off the show for Velocity this week. Natalya takes on Liv Morgan. Let's see which one of these women is victorious here tonight. Liv Morgan picking up a big victory over the veteran women's athlete Natalya. What a big win for Liv Morgan here to kick off Velocity. Pete Dunne takes on Shane Thorne in a one-on-one matchup. And Pete Dunne picks up a win over Shane Thorne here tonight on Velocity. And our last simulated matchup is a fatal four-way with a mix of athletes here. It's going to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Shelton Benjamin versus Mark Andrews versus Arya Daivari. What a mosh pit of athletes here in the Fatal 4-Way match. And let's simulate this one. And the winner of that Fatal 4-Way match is none other than Tommaso Ciampa, beating out Shelton Benjamin, Mark Andrews, and Arya Daivari. Now it's time for our true main event matchup of the show, and that is the semifinals in the APN World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, and that is next. Well, here we go as we take a look at the journey in this APN World Championship Tournament. The gold rush for the vacant APN World Championship, Adam Cole, has moved on to the finals. And we have to determine right here on this episode of APN Velocity whether or not it'll be Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan that'll move on to the finals to face Adam Cole for the APN World Championship. Who will it be? We're going to find out next. Well, welcome inside the APN Velocity Arena as we get set for action here and the main event as Roman Reigns calls himself the head of the table, looks to move on to the finals to face Adam Cole at our first ever APN pay-per-view, Ground Zero. Will it be Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan that moves on to face Adam Cole for the vacant World Championship? We find out that tonight. And here comes his opponent, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is not one to take lightly here, as he is just as ambitious at moving on to the finals as Roman Reigns is. Adam Cole already moving on, but one of these men will join Cole in the finals for the vacant APN World Championship. I also like to let you know, on the next episode of Universe Mode, APN Revolt, we will be on pay-per-view week, and we will be naming a brand new APN television champion. Currently the championship is vacant, but we will be having a battle royal to determine the new and first APN television champion. You're not going to want to miss that. And here we go as we get this main event underway here on APN Velocity. And the bell rings and this one is off. Lock up here, center of the ring. Roman Reigns backing Bryan into the corner here at the start of this matchup. The ref going to have to get in between these two. Oh, and Daniel Bryan with a cheap shot. Roman Reigns furious here. And now Daniel Bryan backing Roman Reigns into the corner here. But once again, the ref going to have to get in between these two here. Oh, and Roman Reigns striking Daniel Bryan now. And now Roman Reigns has a hold of Bryan. Bryan with a knee to the midsection and an uppercut there on Reigns, taking him down. And Reigns rolling out of harm's way. Reigns looking to catch Bryan. Bryan, though, off a Hurricane Rana to the floor. Bryan wants the championship. Roman Reigns looking to strike Bryan. Reigns catching him off guard there. Uppercut just drives Bryan down to the floor there with a shot underneath the chin. Reigns sending him back into the ring here. And Reigns now stomping on Bryan. Oh, and now a shot to the back of the neck. Reigns now has a hold of Bryan. Taking him down. Snapmare takes Bryan down to the mat. Now has a reverse headlock here. Wrenching back on the neck of Daniel Bryan. And now Reigns with a shot there. Bryan going to have to try to fight back here as he's up to one knee. Bryan now taking a shot to the midsection here of Roman Reigns. Trying to take down the head of the table. And now Reigns. Irish whip sent into the corner here by Bryan. Oh, Reigns with a shot there on the midsection. Reigns now delivering a clothesline to Daniel Bryan. Taking him down. And Reigns just taunting Bryan here. Once again, Reigns with another clothesline. Drilling Bryan right there. And now Roman Reigns just going to go to the ground game, laying in right-hand shots on Bryan, and now a shot to the midsection. Daniel Bryan caught in a hard way as Roman Reigns just working him over with another clothesline. And look at this, Reigns taunting to the crowd. I don't know if the smart tactic is to give Bryan breathing room here. As Reigns now laying in, clotheslines in the corner on Bryan. And another one takes him down to the mat. Reigns with a shot there on Bryan. And now Reigns, look at this. Oh, the shot right on the temple. And Reigns looking for another one, drilling in on Bryan. Bryan's almost defenseless at this point, as Reigns looking for a third shot right on the temple. Reigns, the powerhouse in this one, taunting to the crowd. And wait, look at this, Daniel Bryan up to his feet, turns right around, Roman Reigns gets caught with an uppercut. That's what I mean about giving Bryan breathing room here. And on the pin here, 1, 2, no, and a kick out. For the count of 2 here for Reigns. Oh, and look at this. Reigns out of the way. Reigns now looking for a big belly-to-belly catching Bryan. Roman Reigns now perched in the corner. Roman calling up Daniel Bryan. Roman charging out of the corner looking for a clothesline. Misses it smart. Bryan now catching him. Delivers a big DDT. What a shot there from Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns now could be in harm's way as Bryan looking for a shot there on Reigns. Bryan sending him into the corner. Daniel Bryan now looking for something to rate Roman Reigns, shoving off Bryan. Roman Reigns now has a hold of Daniel Bryan. Irish whip sends him to the ropes. The drop down here. And look at this. The big Samoan drop there by Roman Reigns. In on the pin. 1, 2. Now in a kick out by Bryan. What a main event here on APN Velocity. One of these men will go to Ground Zero, our first pay-per-view, and take on Adam Cole for the vacant APN World Championship. And now Roman Reigns has Bryan up on his shoulders. Laying in another Samoan drop there on Daniel Bryan. Shot there on the midsection. Roman Reigns once again with an open fist right to the side of the head of Daniel Bryan. And look at this, Roman Reigns taunting to the crowd once again. Roman picking up Bryan. Has a hold of Daniel Bryan. Taking him onto the ropes. Roman Reigns now gonna hoist Bryan up. Drape him over the top rope right there. Roman Reigns gonna look to put Bryan away, I think. Roman's got him up on his shoulders. Look at this. Bryan's almost defenseless. In on a huge powerbomb. In on the pin. 1, 2. No, and Bryan kicks out somehow. Has life left in him. Roman Reigns now picking up Daniel Bryan once again. Roman taking Bryan and just jumping him out to the floor. Right, Bryan back up to his feet here. Bryan showing a last-ditch effort here. Sends Roman Reigns out to the apron now and takes Roman Reigns down to the floor. And now Reigns has Bryan outside. Bryan looking to capitalize here on a defenseless Reigns, and Reigns just sending him into the announce table. And bounces Bryan off the announce table face first here, and looking for a clothesline, misses its mark. Oh, and now Roman Reigns with a shot there on Bryan. Look at this. Oh, and right to the back of the head. We're at a count of 6. Not like this, Roman. We're at a count of 7. Daniel Bryan's going to try to get back in the ring and break up this count. We're at a count of 8. Count of 9, and Bryan just gets into the ring in the nick of time. And wait, boxing the ears of Roman Reigns. Reigns, wait, catches Bryan. Reigns looking for a clothesline. Reigns is perched in the corner. Gonna look to put away Daniel Bryan here as Reigns fires out of the corner with a spear. In on the pin. This has got to do it. 2. No, and Bryan somehow kicks out of the spear. Oh, man. Roman Reigns once again perched in the corner. If he hits a second spear on Bryan, it could be all over. Roman Reigns delivers a second spear on Daniel Bryan. 1, 2. No, and Bryan kicks out again. I don't know how Bryan is doing this. Once again, Reigns trying to capitalize on a defenseless Bryan with a shot across the temple. Once again, Roman Reigns sends him to the ropes. Has Bryan up again. Another Samoan drop. And you know Reigns is frustrated. Bryan just kicked out of 2 of Roman Reigns' spears. And once again, another Samoan drop. Daniel Bryan, defenseless. Into the corner goes Bryan. Bryan's in that corner and Reigns is fired up. Reigns now has a hold of Bryan. Spin out DDT there. Bryan is hurt. Wait, Daniel Bryan back up. Bryan with a shot there on Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan getting some momentum here. Daniel Bryan with another shot on Reigns. Daniel Bryan trying to maintain as much offense as he can here tonight. And wait, Reigns with a headbutt. Wait, Bryan says no. Corkscrew on the leg of Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan could have Reigns. Daniel Bryan with a last gasp of air here. Heads to the top. Thinking headbutt here on Reigns. in on the pin. 1, 2, no, and a kick out before 2 once again by Reigns. And you can see the tenacity fade from Daniel Bryan's face. And Bryan just trying to capitalize however he can. Bryan fired up here once again, calling up Roman Reigns. Bryan setting up for this shot to the back of Reigns, and he nails it. Bryan now looking for anything he can do. Dumps Reigns to the outside. Daniel Bryan is fired up. Bryan hitting the ropes. Oh, and delivers a baseball slide on Roman Reigns to the outside. Daniel Bryan sending Reigns back into the ring. He might have an opportunity here as Bryan calling up Reigns. Daniel Bryan. Oh, nailing another shot on Reigns. Bryan perched in the corner a second time. He went for the clothesline this time. Bryan's going to try for the knee, and he nails it. Is Bryan going on to face Cole? No, and a kick out from Reigns once again. What does Daniel Bryan have to do to defeat Roman Reigns here tonight? Snapmare taking down Reigns, and now he's got him by the arm. Roman Reigns trying to battle out of this. The hands of Daniel Bryan. Bryan wrenching back on that arm of Roman Reigns, and now Reigns trying to battle out of this. Reigns up to his feet with a shot to the midsection of Daniel Bryan. Reigns with a clothesline. Daniel Bryan back up, and another clothesline by Reigns. Oh no, Reigns cocking back the fist here to deliver a Superman punch. Reigns now is perched back in the corner. Daniel Bryan is just waiting there, and now another shot from Reigns with a spear. This one has got to do it. Daniel Bryan catching a third spear in this match. Didn't stand a chance against Roman Reigns at the end of this one. Bryan was just a sitting duck, and Reigns just drilled him with a third spear. There's one of the spears in the matchup. And another one. And it was that third one at the end, after the abuse that Daniel Bryan had taken. And Roman Reigns is victorious and moving on to the finals. Well, we know one of the matchups at our pay-per-view event, Ground Zero. It will be the head of the table, Roman Reigns, versus Adam Cole for the vacant APN World Heavyweight Championship. Thank you guys for watching APN Velocity. This has been another episode of our WWE 2K20 Universe Mode. Leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all the newest content. And we will see you guys next time.